Hey, welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and of course, this is one of my favorite times of the week. Of course, when we get to hang around, talk politics, and everything else that's going on in the world. And it's always a great time to have it all. What's going on, Brother Nate? How are you? Thank you. For those of you watching, anybody coming into the room, make sure you hit those thumbs up button. And those of you on the replay gang, because I know it's a lot of you out there, please make sure that you hit the like button on your way in and out, even if you stay for a couple seconds, whatever, it all counts. So anyway, it's a whole bunch of things to definitely get into. A whole lot. Some of it needed, other things we could really do without. But we're going to talk about a little bit of everything today. Are you ready? Are you not ready? You getting yourself together? Okay. All right. So once again, thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me on this lovely Tuesday evening. As always, it's always a pleasure to see you guys. So it's never a dull moment when we get to hang out here at Cap Hill. So, all right, let's get into what we have going on today. Of course, we're going to talk about politics because that's what we do here. Definitely going to be talking about President Biden's moratorium on evictions and how all of the states, have basically been holding out on the funds, and people have been getting evicted. And all this money has gone nowhere. Along with that, of course, who else but Donald Trump in more news, in more trouble. Looks like Rudy Giuliani's running out of money, and he may be the next one to tell all the business, as my little god nephews would say when they was younger, when their mother would tell on them to me about what they did. So they were telling all the business. But I think Giuliani's next to tell all the business, and it's not looking good for Trump in 2024. It's just not. Along with that, of course, what's going on with Simone Biles is important because as Black people, and especially any kind of mental health, we always stray away from, but we definitely need to talk about it. I'll talk about the baby's somewhat semi-apology. I wish he'd just be quiet about it at this point, but of course, he's just going to keep going. And that and other stuff. And anything you come across that you feel you want to discuss, if I've seen it, or if I haven't, we can watch it together, whatever. So without further ado, of course, the co-host that the ladies spoon for. What's going on for the day?
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
I'm good. I'm well.
Good evening, chat.
Hey, chat. How are you? What's going on? Nice to see everybody. All right, so I'll just get into this first because I think this part is definitely important. Anybody who is facing any kind of eviction or anything going on with your living condition right now due to this pandemic, I think definitely something that you need to watch. And if you're watching this on the replay, then you need to be watching it and, kind of taking notes. But I'll play this and we'll discuss it on the other end. All right.
3.6 million Americans say they will likely have to leave their homes in the next 2 months due to eviction.
We call eviction the Scarlet E because when a family faces an eviction, people who face an eviction are then often barred from getting access to housing, to jobs, or to loans as they recover from the experience of an eviction.
But if you do find yourself with an eviction notice on your door, no matter where you are, experts all agree.
The number one thing you can do is find an attorney. The more you can get that advice, I think the better, because these processes can move quickly. There's a lot of complicated paperwork. If you're doing it for the first time, it's likely you can make a mistake. So talk to that attorney, get that advice.
You can go to your local federal legal services office. They're usually free, or they may refer you to a nonprofit legal provider for eviction cases. When you go, it's important to bring the receipts.
Documenting everything you can. If you can take photos of any interactions you have with your landlord, take photos of your possessions or anything that could be used in court proceedings to help defend your case.
Even if you haven't yet received an eviction notice, experts urge that if you're struggling to pay rent, you should access the billions of dollars of rental assistance made available by the federal government.
Okay, you're good to go.
Rental assistance available. The Biden administration has allocated over $46 billion to renters in the U.S., but what we've seen is that rental assistance money is not reaching people in time. And so what that means is that tenants who are waiting in line for their rental assistance checks to clear may face eviction in the weeks ahead.
NBC News contacted all 50 states and the District of Columbia about their emergency rental assistance programs. Of the 41 that responded, 26 have distributed less than 10% of their first allocations.
I have plenty of money to give. What I need is applications and I need time.
Yeah, so that has been the one. I'm saying I'm not surprised. Two, I noticed he did I was working, but I did kind of glimpse at his press conference he did today, and he noted that the communities that happen to have us Black and brown and other folks in them are the ones that's not getting the funds needed, and the ones who are the people who are suffering the most due to these evictions. I'm just like, I'm not surprised. Why would I be surprised that states are holding on to these funds and they're not giving to the people, or they're putting them through so much red tape to fill out this, fill out that, fill out this, fill out that, then to give them what? Little or nothing? I mean, I don't know. I just find it to be a bit just ridiculous at this point. Give the people what they need and cut it with all the red tape. Because if you can give all these other people millions and millions of dollars in PPP loans, and these senators and congressmen for state representatives are using the money and doing whatever they want with it, why are we even going through this at this point? Your thoughts?
Well, you should have, long before they even ran to the end of this date.
Right.
You should have been discussing with your landlord, renegotiating your agreement,
right?
Just in case, seeing what other funds are available through churches, other organizations, and things like that.
Right. But for those of you who haven't,
but yeah, those of you who haven't,
right.
Don't wait to the last. It is the last minute.
Yeah.
But
no.
I'm hearing that they're trying to give another extension to October 30th.
Yeah, well, the CDC is the one that pushed for it to go to the end of July, which ended Friday, I believe. And, that money is still sitting. Like they said in the report, it is true. Only 10% of the states actually sent out their money to people in need. 10% of like $50-something billion. That's crazy.
Well, there are two families in my neighborhood that have already started packing up. Matter of fact, one family has their goods already loaded up into a U-Haul. And from what I'm gathering, I don't even think they have anywhere to go.
Right. And that's the thing too. A lot of people won't have a place to go. And then, you be sitting there talking to someone, oh, we'll pay back, we'll give you back money. Okay, but
it's
for
too
the time
late.
being, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, you've already gone, you've already vacated.
Right.
But it's to the landlord's advantage to keep the tenant in the property.
Right.
Okay, because if he still carries a mortgage on it,
right,
as long as you're getting something,
right, Right.
That's the whole thing. That's why I said that you should have started renegotiating your agreement.
Hmm. Yeah, you should have, but there are some people that wait to the last minute.
Well, then too, you have to think about it also. This is also a prime opportunity for landlords to get rid of those tenants, that are maybe
Yeah,
problematic,
it's problematic,
and they're going to use it as such.
right? But that's and 9 times out of 10, in some instances, that's what they use it for too.
Hmm.
But it's unfortunate that we're at this point.
Hmm. Yeah, because they can always ask for more money for the property.
Right.
See, and a lot of people don't think
And
about
they
they
will.
don't think about it like that, and they will.
Yeah. And the landlords will. They will ask for more money for the property. They'll claim more money in damages. They will get their money. So I don't think the people in the situation should be concerned about that. They're going to get their money either way. But the fact that a lot of people won't have places to stay, and during the summertime, it's all fun and games, and nobody's really thinking about that. But winter is coming, and it won't be fun, or we won't be talking a different tune.
None of that's pleasant when you're trying to raise children,
Right,
displacing them.
right, exactly.
Yeah, it is. So definitely keep lines of communication open. Keep receipts.
Right. Yeah, definitely keep receipts. Like I said, keep in contact with a lawyer if you can. Most states do have pro bono services. You just have to know where to go. You can try your local city council, your local city hall areas, depending on where you live. There is a lawyer, like a community outreach group that actually deals with tenant related issues such as this, and they go through all the paperwork and guide you through it and stuff like that, because they know that it's announced. So it's definitely, if you are in a situation or you find yourself in a situation, it is best to be proactive than inactive and really get on the ball and handle your business. So hopefully that helps someone, because we need to be proactive and not depending upon people to help. Sometimes we got to help ourselves so God can do the rest. So I definitely think that's vital and important. All right. So in other news, we'll do mix it up a little bit and do a little bit of wellness in this next clip. So everybody's been talking about, in my opinion, one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, Simone Biles, who happened to say, you know what, my mental health is far more important than me getting these damn awards for you guys. I can't deal. And of course, people were going crazy. And as they do, the Mayonnaise Coalition gets so mad when we cannot perform for them. Where we're such a disgrace to the nation when we can't do what they need us to do or what they claim they pay us to do. But she said, no, the hell with that. I'm going to take a break for myself because I'm not right. It's called Twisties. It is it's a mental kind of break or separation of how your brain is wired, to say, like, if you're walking or you pick up something, that whole signal, like, okay, pick up my pen, right, or do this. It's a total disconnect. So
like vertigo.
Yeah, like vertigo, exactly. So just like vertigo, in this though, because of the level of difficulty and the things that she does, when gymnasts are flipping, they're very cognizant of the ground and where the ground is, and their rotations,
Especially when you come to that hard stop.
right, and to land and make it. And in her situation, she was not doing it. She said it's happened before, but she was not hitting it. And nobody wants to see anyone be at the Olympics or anywhere and fall to the degree where she's doing a rotational flip and missed the ground completely and lands on her back. And for people to call her a quitter and all this other kind of stuff, I just think it's childish, silly, makes no sense. But again, look at the age of the people we're dealing with. Trump baby.
Yeah, look who it's coming from.
Yeah. So I don't know. But any thoughts before I play the clip for anybody who didn't know really what was going on? So we can.
Oh, you think they understood when she just said "fuck up"?
Well, I mean, they should have, but I'm not gonna knock the people.
Whether or not they got it, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll play this clip and we'll be back. All right. And where are you? There you go.
Overnight, gymnast Simone Biles giving fans an update on social media about what has been going on with her there in Tokyo.
Yeah, she has provided a little bit of insight into what she's currently going through after having to withdraw from 2 Olympic events earlier this week. Let's check in with Jason Carr. You've got more on what's been happening to her.
She's letting her critics know she didn't quit and stepped back in the name of safety. In now deleted video she posted on the gram, Biles shows us what she's dealing with. It's known as the twisties. That's when your brain disconnects from your body's movements and you lose air awareness. NBC's Mike Tirico explained it earlier this morning.
This is video of her training today. She's talking about how dangerous it is, especially to try this on a hard competition surface. And I talked to our gymnastics analyst, Nastia Lukin, who also watched this video, and she said that's why Simone went to a different training gym, that there's a softer surface to try and help her land, and talking about how physical health is mental health.
Yeah, so that's vitally important and very dangerous. And so for the people who, downplayed her or called her all types of quitters and just craziness without somebody being very aware of their body, that things were not right and that they needed to get themselves together. I did some research on it. They say it does happen to a lot of athletes, especially in very stressful situations. But it's different, again, for gymnasts and people who really put their bodies on the line like she does and many other athletes like her. For a basketball player, it could be kind of shooting a lot of air balls, missing the rim or the hoop or what have you. For a golfer, they said that does happen as well, where they wind up missing, kind of throwing the ball way out there. But, this is the first time we hear about it. And it just more so brought to my attention because she happens to be an African-American woman or Black woman who in the sport dominated by Caucasian women. She has, reigned supreme for so long, came in and kind of wrecked shop. And mental health is something we don't talk about as a people. We don't really, get into the nuances of mental health. And it is okay. We need to start breaking down that stereotype and really getting involved in our mental health, always checking up on ourselves. There's just as important as watching our diets. Just as quickly as we watch what we put down our throats, we should definitely be watching what we ingest mentally and spiritually as well. Just let me know when you're ready, sir. Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to drop out and readjust.
Oh no, you're fine. What'd you say? Did I hear John said that Simone and my Twitter dragged him to the pink meat? No, I did not hear that. I didn't hear. I really don't stay on Black Twitter, no, like I should. I should be more involved in it, but sometimes it just be too much for me, and I just be like, but no, I did not hear that. I didn't hear that at all. But I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of times, these people get on here and they talk a lot of trash, but they don't really know what really goes on in a lot of sporting events. They're just here for the rule, the do what I say, shut up and dribble, or do what you have to do. I mean, I don't forget what I was watching, but it was the can't remember the athlete's name, but the one George Floyd, he used to call him his twin. I can't remember the guy's name. What is the guy's name? He does a lot of George Floyd's activism. He's a former NBA player. Can't think of his name, but he was on the Breakfast Club. Anyway, he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about the time he got suspended when a fan threw a beer at them, and the one player went to go beat the hell out of the fan because he threw a beer, and he said he just followed him because it's like that's going across the line. And I think they got suspended for some games. Of course, they got docked pay and all kinds of craziness. But they asked them, Charlemagne and others asked them, do you think if the player that got hit with the beer hadn't done anything, would anything have happened to the fan? And they were like, no, probably not. He was like, no, absolutely, probably not. And to me, that bothered me simply because there's no accountability for these people, like none whatsoever. Who would think about throwing a beer at a player? I mean, it's ridiculous. So to see that she's gotten so much vitriol for deciding to take a step back and take care of herself, even though she's representing the United States, a nation we know damn well don't really represent her the way that they should, but we always have to go and represent for a nation that doesn't truly represent us. Make sense.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was running through her mind.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's running through a lot of other athletes' mind, especially with Japan having COVID cases through the roof right now, that they're trying to keep, on hush hush, not to deter people from watching or have athletes just say, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm leaving. But it's a problem. It really is a problem. So I commend her for taking the time to worry about her mental health. I think we all should be more in tune with ourselves in that way, that when you're not feeling right, shut it down and give yourself time to get back.
Regroup. Just sit on and regroup.
Time to get back to yourself.
Well, that's why she's on the team. She has other teammates. Somebody else should be able to pick it up.
Right, but then I thought that was it too. At first, before she even said what it was, I thought, what she probably thought, just like she had a dream to come to the Olympics and actually do something and further her dreams and her family's dreams and aspirations. Plenty of these people on this team were thinking the same thing. And if I come out here and really blow everybody out the water, everybody is going to probably come home with much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So to help the team out, I'll step back and I'll let some of the other people who I know have trained just as hard have an opportunity.
And that's why you train them. That's why you tell them. You want them to be able to step right in and pick up and go. Right. Because you're not going to, she's not going to be able to keep doing this. So get somebody else to shine. Right.
So I thought that was interesting. I also thought about this, just how that track star felt, when they canceled her for having the weed in her system. Then I thought about it, thinking about London's games and Rio's games, how Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte, Michael Phelps was high the whole time.
Mhm.
Ryan Lochte was high, drunk, and destroyed property.
Yes.
Let me run that back. He was high, drunk, and destroyed property, and was still able to complete the entire Olympics and win medals.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll say constantly, we don't have a double standard, or no, in the Olympics, it's all about the athlete and their ability. It's not about race or color, creed, and all that kind of stuff, which is straight BS bullshit. So I just think it's really funny, and part of me thought of that too. Part of me was like, she's like, fuck this shit, because I was there. I was chilling with
again. She said, fuck it.
But I was chilling with Michael Phelps and Ryan and all of them, and I watched them act a total plumb fool, like they were college kids, and nothing happened. Because if you don't think
it's the boys being boys.
Right. But it's the boys being boys only when they happen to be,
like this, a little lighter.
No, when they just happen to be.
Or like.
Man, he's going wild.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh shit. The feds up in this bitch. What the fuck is that? They done bugged the shit. These motherfuckers gonna tear my house up. that goddamn Christian.
No, that was the first Karen.
Oh, you could let a nigga know. All right.
The clip of that was the first Karen that called on the white folks barbecuing in Oakland. And, yeah. I'm glad. Good. Wake your ass up. Stay on your toes. All
right. I'm right now. Yeah, I just knew the motherfucker was coming in. These motherfuckers gonna shoot my cats. God damn it. They gonna tear my shit up, and I'm gonna have to hear about it forever. I knew you was down there probably selling drugs. No, go ahead.
I knew it this whole time. I knew it. It was crazy. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Damn, it's like 100 degrees in here now. You really scared the hell out of me. I was like, what the fuck? Because I put this thing in my ear for one thing, which didn't help.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We good. All right. Everybody had their laugh.
I'm sorry, guys. But you never know with me. I'm sorry, you never know. So in other news, getting back to a little bit of politics, Donald Trump is back in the news because, of course, he was a part of this. You know what irritates me when they say soft coup? No, a coup.
It was nothing soft about it.
A coup is a coup. Wasn't nothing soft about it.
Thank you.
He was amping to get the election overturned if, in fact, he did not win. He was ushering to do the same thing in 2016 if he did not win against Hillary Clinton. He was already setting the stage. He just happened to win, which surprised him. But, of course, everything in the White House has to be documented because it is historical. So no matter how much you try to shred information or not do stuff, it still comes out. But the big dummy of the day, or of the semi-week, almost, just about, has to be Mr. Jordan for me. Has to be Mr. Jordan. Because on Fox News, he was so happy to talk about, I always talk to the president. I spoke to the president on January 6th all day long. I spoke to the president from the morning. I spoke to him midday. I spoke to him all day on the 6th. Oh, did you? Really? Really, did you? You sure you did? You did? And then, so when he went to another station and they asked him again, hey, did you speak to the president on January 6th? Well, I always talk to the president. I'm not sure when I talk to the president, but I always talk to the president. And you know what I say to him?
What a idiot. You big dummy.
Yep,
You're right. You big dummy.
Right. That's what he gets. So I do hope that they subpoena his ass and have him under oath so he can
you cannot have a short memory.
Right. So he can completely bold-faced lie in front of the cameras, TV, everybody, and we can done deal. And then I need Nancy Pelosi to get her ass up and actually put some restrictions on a lot of these congressmen because they're walking around here acting a plumb fool for what? It's ridiculous. It really is.
For real.
It really is ridiculous. And I want everybody who has been involved, everybody who's gotten a text, everybody who sent information about what doors to go through the Capitol, who happen to be lawmakers, expose them all. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. Expose them all. At this point,
what other country can you can you attempt to overthrow the government and get 8 months? I ain't never seen no shit like that. Not get the firing squad. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Putin is killing mofos that's just opposing him. Straight up killing them. Going into neighborhoods where they might be bombing the whole neighborhood. Just completely bombing the whole neighborhood, just like they did in Philly years ago back in the 80s. That's what Putin is doing like today. He kept trying to kill the journalist guy.
Yeah.
He happened to get away. He tried to attempt to kill him twice. Poisoned him twice. So if you think that man ain't playing, come on. Like it's serious. It really is. And the fact that these politicians play light with it is absolutely ridiculous. And this is supposed to be politicians that are pro-America and all about American values.
And that's the first rhetoric they start spewing.
That's it. That is the first thing they talk about. But the last thing that they're actually about. They're just about power and whatever means necessary that is. If that means putting a bigot in office, because we're all secretly bigots anyway. Sure, why not? Why not? So it's just really ridiculous and really sad. But yeah, he gets the Big Dummy Award for me for today. I mean, along, of course, with others who have honorable mentions. But yeah, so about that apology, I didn't get to pull it up because I was running late on time. So I was trying to get my whole Big Dummy thing together, and that took forever. But the baby and this next kind of sort of apology. I just think at this point, just let it go.
Well, he didn't write it. First of all.
No, yeah. Of course
and,
not.
The realization once all these companies
all the money,
all these companies and all these shows started dropping them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should do like Chris Brown said. Go do your show. Get the hell off the goddamn stage when you finish.
Right. That's it.
And leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
That's it. It's not, and I mean, I've watched other commentators, talk about, the attack on Black masculinity. And I'm like, I'm so tired of hearing the same bullshit. Let's think. Who is making children? Are not these men like the baby and other people making all these
yeah, the baby is making a whole lot of babies all over the place.
With other babies all over the place. And barely taking care of
and don't take care of them.
And don't take care of them. So then what are you left with? So if there's any breakdown in the Black family, quote unquote, who's responsible? I mean, we all quick to talk about, it's I read somebody's comment talking about, that whole gay thing, that's a white European thing. First of all, do your research, child. There's tons of African tribes that had same-sex relationships. Now, just because we don't like to equate it with us because it's not centered around quote unquote what we consider being a man, which still derives from white folks. I'm just like, huh, like, first of all, really read and do your research. Find yourself well read instead of just repeating the same garbage that other people have just spewed out. It's starting to get a little bit like redundant and dumb to me.
Especially now that you have the information right at hand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can literally pick up your phone and go, were there any homosexual or same-sex gender-loving tribes in Africa? Were there any? I mean, because it's all over. You've been looking for me. Okay, Redbone. Hi, I'm here. I'm always here. But yeah, I just find it to be like enough already. The breakdown happened for a lot of reasons. Yes, racism and redlining and creating situations where you were breaking up families because the mother, if they were going to use some kind of public assistance to kind of help them get by till they got on their feet, the mothers and the fathers couldn't stay together. But even in that case, okay, say you couldn't, and the father had to stay somewhere else, and the mother had to stay. You couldn't find a way to make that work. You couldn't find a way to make that work, but you're free. But your ability to kind of disengage yourself from your family, being that you're supposed to be the head of the household, right? The ability for you to be able to disengage yourself from your family was okay. And then as you did that, you drifted away, you found somebody else, and then now your family over here, they have brothers and sisters that they're like, oh, okay. Now I got, brothers and sisters that live down the block that.
Yeah, literally in a lot of places right down the street.
Because that's where they went to go stay. When they couldn't stay, they went go down the block because somebody else had a couch available or a bed available. So come on, save me with the, like this fairy just came down and just started going, and you're going to be gay, and you're going to be this, and you're going to be trans, and you're going to, like, cut it out. They've been here for a while. They've been here for a long time. Granted, yes, there wasn't a day and age where, it was like, if you knew, you just knew, but it wasn't a public thing. Now people are living their lives and living in their truths openly. I mean, some people should prefer that instead of, you sitting up here married to somebody, a man or a woman, and you don't know. And then you got to worry about something coming back to you. Now you're questioning your entire life. So I just, I don't know. I just think we really need to reevaluate the things we equate to manhood and being a man. Because just pulling your dick out and having a baby is not it.
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
I mean, lack of responsibility, no integrity, just know nothing, and you just think that that's it. But then you have children idolizing that.
Yeah.
But it still further pushes the agenda of the same people that you claim you don't like, or that, the man is got, the man is doing it, the man is doing it. You're helping the man's agenda. But when you do that, because all it does is simply continues to divide us. Because so many people will jump on his bandwagon and say, oh, but he's right. All this is going on. But had he said, man, I love me some red bone women, all these dark gorilla monkey looking women, blah, 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 blah. All people be in uproar. Women be, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. That's so disgusting. Colorism is horrible. It's all horrible. It's all horrible. And it's even worse that we do it to each other.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, mayonnaise can be mayonnaise. Because even if they're gay mayonnaise, they're still mayonnaise. And they know it.
I hope it's mayonnaise. Might be something else up in that jar.
But they know it. That's the fact that they know it. And they're very comfortable in letting you know it too. So that's just ridiculous to me. I just think it all needs to stop. A banana pudding. Oh,
Pudding.
yeah. Just hope it don't look like nothing that T.S. Madison showed that time when that nana pudding, somebody had sent her looking crazy like that. Horrible. That's
pudding.
I can't stand
some banana pudding.
Get the groupies in check. What groupies? What groupies? What'd you say? Hey, Lynn T. Lynn T. What you say? Listening. Thank you for listening. Nothing wrong with the preference, but we don't need to hear everybody's opinion. And people, right? Exactly. Like, just keep. If you don't got nothing nice to say, just keep it to yourself. Especially when you say that, and then all of a sudden, right after you said that, and you made that comment a week later, what that video come out with you messing with the man, and you talking about you adjusting your nut. Who's doing that? You really gonna sit there and adjust your nuts like that in front of another man? Right. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. Like, come on, like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now, it would make more sense to the reason why you said that if the actual person you was upset at, who didn't do whatever you wanted him to do, then that's how you lashed out. That makes sense. But for you to just randomly say that in a concert that I'm sure had people of all kinds of sexual orientation in because they enjoy your music, which is all you're there to do, is your music. And, sometimes be somewhat enlightening and inspirational, because, I mean, that's the job you signed up for. Yeah, people talking about, I'm just an entertainer, I'm not a role model. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Do you say that to your kids? When you were sitting up there eating that raw chicken that your daughter put in the little flaming thing that it wasn't quite cooked yet, but she was cooking you food, did you say that to your kids? No, you do what you do for your kids, so they're looking up to you. Same thing. You don't have to birth nobody's kid for them to see you and see what you're doing and go, you know what, I want that for my life. That's basically what you're feeding them anyway. So it's just, it's like, dude, let people just be people. I don't know why people are so concerned about who somebody's sleeping with or whether
that's the problem.
Yeah.
People are so fucking nosy. They want to know what you're doing.
I mean, even with us though, even with like in the community, people are so like, oh, I don't like him because he's not like that. Everybody is not walking around here looking like somebody from RuPaul's Drag Race. That's not everybody's thing. And just let people be people, and however they are, just let them be and respect them as that. That's it. We ain't got to be best friends.
Very simple. It's very simple.
It's just all about respect.
You don't have to overthink it, and that's it.
It's just all about respect. Lastly, I was watching a YouTube channel, and the gentleman on there, he was on the panel. He was talking about he's raising money for creating black towns again, where it's just black people. A lot of these ghost towns that are kind of up for sale, going around trying to purchase them and have black people move in. Now, I was with him. I was all on board until he was like, "Yeah, I just want black families, and a man and a woman, and this and that." And it's just like, come on, here we go again with this, this divide shit. Like, we will never get anywhere. We're constantly dividing ourselves. Constantly, always. Some of us over here, some of us over there. No, we don't do that. It's like we're the only group that does that. But then yet, the people that do the most, we're so like, come on over. Oh my God, I can't believe you stabbed me in the back. How did they do that? Yeah, but you always quick to invite, open armed, no questions asked, and then you get raked over the coals, but you'll give the person that looks just like you the hardest time.
Yeah.
but knowing good and goddamn well where do you think they came from. Did they not come from a heterosexual relationship? Did they not have parents? They do have parents. And a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, a lot of trauma has happened in those relationships to where in which people are like, well, hell, shit, that person went through that. I don't even want that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we won't say that. We won't talk about that. We won't, we won't even bring that to it. It's just, that's them and this, that's whatever. Come on. If we want to sit here and believe the full book, do know that siblings were sleeping with siblings. I mean, there
were a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff going on.
I mean, if we want to follow word for word and just actually be stuck to an interpretation, where did the other people come from? I mean, after the flood, did not Noah, his wife, his sons, and some of their wives, did they not all get off the boat together and nobody else was supposed to be populating on the land? So then how did they? I'll wait. I'll wait. So, I mean, I'm just confused. Yeah. But anyway, that's enough. Here we go again. At the end of the day. We're black and we can't look at the LGBT just separated now. We're welcome. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just ridiculous because I see it where white folks do it all the time. I mean, they still discriminatory. They gay as road lizards, and they will still vote along their party lines if they choose to. And they could give a goddamn about what gay person's rights or who gay won't have a right. They don't care because at the end of the day, what comes first? They know what comes first.
Yeah.
All that second.
The only thing I'm worried about is this.
That's it. Yeah.
If it comes down to violence, I want to know that one of us. I don't give a shit about if you're wearing this, if you're wearing that. I don't care about all those incidentals.
Yeah. Right. Can you say incest? Total incest. But again, we'll act like, God just had a factory of folks. Just one was gone and he replaced it with another. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. A lot of that incest is still going on.
Right. Because if that was the case, I call Adam the dummy because I would have just said, "Make me another one, please. I'll go back to sleep. You can make me another one."
Say, nah, I don't want that one.
Just stupid. So I just can't. I can't with that. But yeah, that's really all. Anything else that anybody came across? I didn't get to read everything because I was so swamped today. But yeah, those things.
I tried not to bombard you with so much.
Yeah, no, because after a certain time, I can't even read it anyway. Usually I've been, but then it starts to kick up, and I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I have to wait. But no, it was good. They were good. They were good. They were insightful. A lot of it I've already I'll skim through a lot of it. So when you send it to me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that, and I meant to go back to it. So I'll just be like, I'll just catch up on you. Because a lot of times when I open up a link, because I've opened them up so much when I did my midday news, that I don't have any free ones left. So it'll be like, sign up. And I'll be like, I don't want to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sign up. I just want to read the damn article. So then I'm always kind of searching for a way to kind of read it. Let's see. What'd you say? It's crazy how these uncles be sleeping with the nieces and the nephews. Hell, it is. Or the cousins, and then act like they didn't do it when they get called out on the carpet.
Yeah, and even in the Jewish community, and they do it now. That's how they kept all the wealth in the family. They would sleep with cousins. That's why you find that there are certain diseases that are strictly unique to them.
Right. Hell,
And I do mean like first and second. Yeah, I wouldn't even think about
Queen Elizabeth herself sleeping with her. What they fifth cousins, fourth or fifth cousins?
I don't care. They're still too close.
They're still too close. You still share the same DNA. You share the same great grandmother. Like, ew.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Come on, but that's the type of stuff that is looked at as acceptable. But then you'll frown your nose at something else. How about you just frown your nose to the fact that you've clearly been oppressed, period, and still are. Yeah. You worried about who's sleeping with who or what they're doing, like it matters to you. Why does it matter?
No. Only if you're trying to get with them, it should matter. That's the only time. The only time I ever question anybody's anything.
That's it.
If I'm trying to get in them drawers, that's right. Don't have me standing there looking stupid. But anyway.
Or looking for skin, or finding skid marks in your drawers. Why you got skid marks in your drawers though? Just doing some chocolate dipping. I don't know.
No, you just don't wipe well.
But I mean, as a grown ass person, you should know how to wipe.
I don't know. Some of them have that problem. But speaking of growing up in people, did you read the one about Ice-T's wife still breastfeeding? Their 5-year-old daughter.
Okay, now because you was like that, and I skimmed it, but I didn't know because I thought it was just asking a question.
No, that is the question. I'm asking the question to the chat.
No. I know you are, but I thought it was just like an opinion poll. I didn't know there was actually somebody.
Oh no, because that's when I first saw it. The first thing I said was,
"Can she do that? Don't she got like fake?" I don't know how like whole. How do you?
Well, yeah, but she still produces. She can still. Oh, you talking about breast implants?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she can.
All that garbage.
She can still. It's still. I mean, they just blow. It's just water bags, saline bags.
I mean, I wouldn't. I necessarily wouldn't do it because it's just like, okay, if it ruptures, then it's in the milk. You know what I'm saying?
No, but the whole that was the issue when they used to use silicone, I believe.
Silicone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there was the danger of the implant rupturing.
Right.
But my question to the chat is how old is too old to breastfeed? Not for the child. Her daughter's 5 years old and she's still breastfeeding her daughter.
For what? You can't pump the milk out of there, put it in a cup, and let her drink it in a sippy cup. I mean, if you're gonna do it.
But not only that, after age of 2, there really isn't any nutritional value out of it.
And then not only that, like I know you're not sitting up there eating healthy like that in order for your milk to be that potent and strong for the child. Like, please, you walking around with airbags in your chest. You're not
when they get teeth, get a pump. Like what? Yeah, like why?
Get a pump and just pour it in a cup. Like I don't like. There's just so. But then you wonder why again you have children that are so different, or that indulge in things that
have attachment issue or detachment issues.
Because I'd be damn some big old kid gonna jump in the bed to just start.
Look, he's speaking of jumping in the bed. I'm not gonna be racing the baby to get the mommy's titty, okay?
Not even daddy on one end and
the baby on the other end. I'm not racing. I'm not fighting over titties in my bed.
Just stupid. It's just ridiculous. You lose, like you don't have nothing else to do. Nothing. You can't find some place where you could actually give her some nutritional whatever without doing that. Even pump it out. What's the point of that? That's just
not at 5.
No.
Not at 5. You better take your ass to Walmart. Get some 2% milk.
Get some goddamn protein powder or something. I don't know what you do, but you just that's just
like I said, I'm not going to be racing the baby to get to no titty.
money and don't know what to do with it. Money and don't know what to do with it.
Pretty much.
Because Ice-T know
that's on the mother.
Right, because Ice-T know damn well his mother was not walking around with no 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 3-4-year-old, nothing swinging on the talking about some mom, I want milk, I'm hungry. You better eat a Lunchable. God damn if you.
Like I said, you got one time to bite me, all right?
That's it. That's ridiculous.
And it's done.
Tell me, oh man, I'll see. Really,
it's weird. Weird.
Over. Not before their second birthday's over. It's like, them teeth coming in.
No, right? As soon as those teeth start coming in, they just be hungry.
It just don't make no sense. I think people are just looking for attention.
No, that's that. Like I said, that's the mother.
Yeah, I know, but
that's the mother. That's not the child.
You have a weird kind of separation thing. Like
well, the child doesn't learn to separate.
Well, that too, but then you create a kind of dynamic within yourself and your child.
Yeah, she's just sucking titty, just sucking a tit.
Now, my question then is, if it was a boy child, would she still do it?
Probably so. Look, they walk, and anytime they can walk up, I've seen them walk up and take the breast out.
Yeah, I've seen that too. In terms of like,
mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you not gonna cover up or something? You ain't got a blanket. Nobody want to see that. I've seen that. I've seen big babies in strollers. Like,
with their feet dragging the ground.
If you don't get that monster out of that goddamn stroller,
I'd be like, next. Oh man, I tell you,
crazy. Just looking crazy. People out here looking a plum fool.
Mm-hmm.
It's this pandemic, but yet these are the same folks that talking about something. They don't want to wear no mask because it's intruding on their civil liberties. How? Please explain to me how.
No, you're right. You're right. That's what I'll say about that. You're absolutely right. You say to each his own. All right. Man, at 5, they should be in kindergarten.
Yeah. So
definitely preschool.
Hungry. So you got to go.
The baby calls mom up on the cell phone. So you tells her it's lunchtime, right?
And you go to the family bathroom and you let your child suck on you for 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, come on. I can't with people.
That's it. I've only seen a lot of that with a lot of them.
Yeah, that's that. I'm telling you, that's what that is. That's this all day. There's that.
All day long.
Them.
All day.
What said just now, but I was irritated that the kid was at least 3 and different. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the same thing with me too. I don't think it was Walmart. I was somewhere, and that boy just came. I mean, walked right up to her, just pulled it all out, and she was just like, "Oh, like, why you do that?" Like as if he did it too rough. No, he's in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
But then let some old creepy man be sitting there looking at you all kind of crazy. Then you want to be like, oh my God, he's such a creep. No, you the creep because you already got your tatas just swinging all out. And then you just let somebody just get up and grab it. Like it is not the Dairy Queen. It is not the Dairy Queen. Take your ass to where you need to be. If you need to go into the family bathroom, which I thought was always the inclusive bathroom because it's a man, a woman, and whatever else on the little label thing. So I mean, it was the trans bathroom before there was a trans bathroom. There you go, right there, bam.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous and disgusting.
He's that old man licking his lips. Yep. Got milk.
Right. Talking about next.
I told you.
Hey. Got a whole milk mustache.
I might. That milk mustache.
Yes.
I'm mighty parched.
Right. Talking about, ooh, it sure is hot outside.
My goodness.
It's like you've been sitting up under that AC all day, so I know it's nice.
My goodness, Miss Flora, I'm mighty parched. Want to help a brother out, Miss Flora?
But I do declare on this hot day.
I've been working hard all day long.
Running around in this here yard. And now I'm mighty thirsty.
Can I get that on the rocks?
Right. Tits on the rocks. Just crazy. I don't know. But yeah, them your people. Oh, them your people.
Not mine. I keep telling you, keep trying to give them to me.
Yeah,
but how does that work for the man or the woman sucking on those after that baby? I guess it's still. But
aren't they still lactating? They would be super.
I'm sure the baby chews them up, be gnawing on them
hard. Doing it harder, or she was doing it harder when they was a baby. I can imagine at 5. That's some some drama.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, I gotta say at 5, her. Oh my God, her nipples are probably just tore up.
Feel it anyway. She got all that.
Yeah, they're probably hard as rocks.
Bags. She got all the fun bags. That's why I'm trying to figure out how the milk is coming out there to begin with.
Her nipple would be looking like that,
I'm telling you, like Stonewall, them things with bricks. I don't know how she get milk out of bricks.
I was getting ready to say, then too, she has the implants and everything. Yeah,
so I'm sure
they have to be tough.
Where are you getting milk from? I think she's playing around. I think she got a little tube or something. They got some milk, and she just be filling it up. It's like a milk bag she walk around with. And the baby just don't know it.
Yeah,
it's in her pocketbook.
Well, that's Caucasian people with a lot of time. Evidently, she needs something to do. If you got time to breastfeed a 5-year-old all goddamn day long,
that's it. Help your husband with his career, because how long is whatever that show is he's been on forever going to last with him on it? Because I'm about tired. It's like watch the rerun of New Jack City.
SVU.
SVU.
Yeah. Which one? Then they had like 7 or 8 of them.
Yes. SWV. All these other ones. I'm tired. Because every time I see him, all I think of is New Jack City. That's it.
Yeah, I gotta say everything.
Yeah.
And he had that now. He has aged like spoiled milk.
Well, that's because that's part of that. It's the
He said you just want to put a robe around you. He couldn't even imagine.
I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I will never understand it. Just for me, it's the things that make me go. I'm saying I don't dislike them. A lot of times a lot of things are quite puzzling that they do. Just puzzling. That's just one of them.
Well, that's why I try not to mind their business too much.
No, it'll make your brain hurt. It makes your brain hurt. Like if you really it makes your brain hurt because they really, Like I had somebody call in today, literally was like, somebody from your company called me. I was like, well, that's not possible because we don't do robocalls. But yeah, they did, and they told me if I wanted to get lower interest rates, press 1. So I pressed 1. And then the person said, you want to give me a blowjob, or can I give you a blowjob? It's a mess. And I'm like,
was that press 3?
Right. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. This ain't even, first of all, the department that does any of that. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? But I want you to fix it. I'm gonna need you to fix your perversion first. Because I'm thinking to myself the whole time, who actually calls and says that?
Not
like
today.
Usually people would still use like some kind of decorum. They wouldn't necessarily say exactly what. I mean, he was just like blah 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 blah, and I was just like, first of all, this ain't even the place. Like, total wrong call, wrong department, wrong everything. But however, since you came through, I have to kind of let you at least say your two pieces before I send you on about your way and say, sorry, this is not even the place for you. Sorry. But it was totally disgusting. Like, ew, who says that? And I'm like, yeah, it has to be you to say that. Of course. But
should have told him we'll send you on a free trip down to Florida.
Already there.
Yeah. Oh, he was already there?
Already there.
Oh, well, shit, I'd have hung up the phone. Because them goddamn mouth breathers down there. Oh, my God.
I was like, what? And I was like, and furthermore, you actually sat, and I'm saying to myself, what I want to say is you actually sat on the phone the whole time to continuously let him say that to the point where it was enough for you to repeat exactly what he said. Yeah, okay. Who you fooling? You were just excited about what he was saying as anybody else. Now you trying to, I guess, puff out your chest because maybe somebody else heard you on that phone while you was talking to Jake from State Farm. Did your wife hear you? So now you want to act Cut it out.
Yeah, it's probably the most excitement he's had in years.
I'm just saying, but I thought that was funny. I was like, ew. I was like, that's gross. But yeah.
You say just nasty.
Right.
All excited.
Right. Drippy mayonnaise everywhere. Just
probably had a hoodie.
Old turtleneck. Probably had a Mitch McConnell turkey neck. I cannot. I really wish they would just drop the shoe. Just boom, just drop it. Just tell everything. Everybody who was involved, everything. I'm tired of the drip here, drip there, drip here, drip there. Because you're trying to build up for something for midterms. Just tell it.
Yeah.
Tell it. Tell it. We already know who the people are, who was involved. We know who the backers were. Because I want you to pull up some of them seats from the actual Supreme Court too, because I know Mr. Thomas. I know he's in some hot water because his wife was giving buses, donating buses and all types of stuff.
Donated buses and everything.
I think we should be having a Supreme Court justice soon because Mr. Thomas should be stepping down, and whomever else involved. And Kavanaugh, we need to start opening that investigation back up because his ass needs to go. Because the FBI or CIA blocked mad people from actually coming out and in support of the woman who accused him of sexual harassment. There were other accounts of him being
over 4,000.
Over about 4,000.
They had a tip line.
Yeah. And they had 4,000 people call in or more to that tip line. But of course, the president being the head of the Justice Department, they was able to quiet all that down.
Yeah, and jam him on through.
Right.
Can you imagine 4,000 people called on R. Kelly?
Speaking of R. Kelly, since you mentioned it.
He got a hankering for the boys, too.
Surprise. Who's surprised? I mean, after you don't got so much tail thrown at you, the only other tail to be thrown at you is a tail. I mean, I just don't understand. Why are we surprised?
No, he is just a predator.
Yeah, that's
there's some people.
Yeah,
there's some people. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female,
Yeah, what it is.
or whatever. As long if you, that's right.
That's it. And it didn't help. His celebrity didn't help because all it did was usher parents and other people to kind of push their children along. Like, yeah, I'll teach you some things. Yeah, he taught them all right.
Mm-hmm.
Just nasty, and then you want to sit here and look and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
But see, that's what y'all get, because y'all should have let that mofo, left him alone when it came out with that videotape, and y'all was all, I'm supporting him.
I don't know who could not watch that videotape. I watched the videotape, and you could look, and you could see that girl was a pre-pro. I can't even say the word pre-pubescent. That she was pre-pro. I'm talking about the one where they were sitting.
The last one where he was.
I didn't know the number. All I knew was that it was the last one. And you could look at her, and I'm like, that is I said, if she don't look no more than about 14,
that's it.
13, 14, that's 15, 13, maybe
14 years old. That's all she looked, straight as that. The other one early on, I think that was a stripper. Well, he wasn't excited the whole time. He was just sitting there limp noodle, and he was all up in it. And it was like, because it's not what you want, boo. You play in the funk, but it's not what you want. It's nasty ass. But yeah, people that still supported him through the tape, and it's like, okay, now you at this point, what he looking for? Some saving grace like Cosby got? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but why didn't they snatch him up when those tapes came out? You could obviously see that.
Clear as day, you saw it. Oh, it's his brother Robert. Who?
Yeah, no, that was not his brother. That was him.
Whose brother? With the Soul Train award and all that shit sitting right there. Who? Yeah, okay. Come on. Playing Boo Boo the Fool. But again, this is what we, this is what we do.
And he was asking that evidence wouldn't be entered.
Yep. And to, Bill Cosby's.
We just jumping around. We just jumping around the pedophiles tonight, huh?
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, the only reason why he got out was on a technicality, not because he didn't do anything or people didn't think that he was. The DA promised that they would not prosecute him, and then they turned around and did it. That's it. That's all. So people talk about, oh, are you championing Bill Cosby? But then you look at, no, they're both disgusting. The only reason why dude got off is for a technicality. That's it. But you know what? People get overzealous and start thinking about their political aspirations, and that's what happened. Okay, somebody promised that DA, hey, I could put you here if you do this, because they've been trying to sack Bill Cosby for the longest. Like, granted, he may be a horrible pedophile, but he had some things in works that he was trying to do. People say buy NBC, people say buy other channels. I don't know, but whatever it was, they were surely trying to stop him, but they did. They didn't have to keep him arrested for that long. If you notice, they did it, and everything that he probably had going for him ceased. You think anybody else is going to go, well, you still want to buy that? Still want to buy NBC? Or you still want to buy so-and-so network? Hell no, they're not. So they accomplished their goal.
He said he thought Donald was going to pardon him.
Yeah, that too, I'm sure he did. I'm sure that people was just...
Is there a limitation on pardons? The number of pardons that can be given out? Okay.
No. It's just that he's the only president that was doing it like actively during his presidency. Usually,
it's usually
presidents waited towards the end
of their
pardon people. Bill Clinton did it. He pardoned his brother. So, but typically presidents waited to the end of their term. They didn't do it while
they were actually doing it
for investigations. Now he would have done it in the midst of investigations. The only reason why he didn't is because people was like, no, begging, don't do it. If you do it, it's gonna make you look guilty. So he, but if it was up to him, as soon as you said, oh, we're gonna go investigate so and so.
I was waiting for him to pardon himself.
I mean,
if somebody hadn't told him and they let him get away and they let him just run free, he'd have pardoned himself in no time.
Yeah, he would have pardoned. If they didn't tell him that if he pardoned himself, it would be a bad political move, as if he cares or knows anything about moving politically, because he doesn't. But they told him maybe his base would look at him differently. Yeah, but again, this is the same person that talks shit about his base, calls them trash and all types of stuff, and they still support him.
Yeah.
Because the bigotry is strong. Because of what they always implement, that you are better than them. At least you're not them. You may be just as poor as them, sometimes even poorer, because they are. But you're not them. And they pride themselves on that. Pride. That's why they were able to walk through the Capitol and destroy it like that and nothing happened. Like Yamis El-Shinder said the other day, we would be dead, laying dead in the Capitol, on the Capitol steps, in the rotunda. There'd be bodies everywhere, and it would be justified.
Look, if you actually have enough time to move your bowels and to smear it, okay?
And the police, and you know what? God rest the man's soul. I'm not sure what he went through. The police officer that just committed suicide.
Yeah.
But part of me was like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm thinking, but you're going to find out that you ushered some people in, that you let some people come on through, or that you know, and so the heat got on you and, you couldn't take it. I'm just part of me is just like.
Could you imagine being one of those officers here? You're thinking that you're putting yourself in between them and all of these nuts, and then you're sitting in a hearing, and they're saying this shit. I was hoping the one guy that got real upset and slammed the table. I was hoping that he'd have told them, well, you know what? The next time this shit happens, and it will happen, I want to show them right where to go.
Right. That's what I was hoping one of them do, but of course they
kept their composure.
Yeah,
they only had the one black guy there, right? Was the other guy black too?
Two. Yeah, it was two.
Okay.
It was true, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, it just don't make. And then we sit here and discuss how a group of people can say it was an outing and they were fine people. Same bullshit, and we have it on video, full recorded, full stop. Like, it makes no sense.
But that seems to be the thing now. Change the narrative right before your eyes. Change everything. You don't believe your eyes. You didn't see what you saw.
Like we Houdini or some shit. Like, it's really like Alakazam, poof. Like, what is still there? No, it's not. You're like, but it is. It's ridiculous to me. Yeah, I just don't. And I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk, ill about anybody who's passed, of course, from suicide, because of course that's horrible. But just in this situation, I'm just side-eyeing it a little bit. Like, did you do something? Did you help in some way? Is some information that you helped?
You have to look at it with 360.
You have to look at it. You realize that
because a lot of them were involved.
Law enforcement involved. There were law enforcement officers already in the crowd. There were military already in the crowd. There were tons of people already in the crowd. So I can imagine that a lot of these Capitol Police officers that were working that day knew that this thing was going to happen, and they were okay with it. Until now, where an investigation is starting to unravel, and everything,
and it's digging deep. And what they're doing is they're pulling up the correspondence through all the social media. Social media has been telling them about this for months, that this was going to happen. And then you also have what's on video. You actually had the guards moving barricades.
That's it, right? Talking about I just moved it out the way because I was. What did he say? Somebody asked him roundabout when it happened. They asked him why did he move it. He said he didn't want. What he didn't. They were threatening him and other people, and he didn't want them to be in danger. Some bullshit. And they're just like, what? That's your job. But had it been black and brown folks, though, you would have made sure you would have used your whole body and your life to ensure that nobody gets. And then with the person dying from the wound, and then they say, "Oh, well, he didn't necessarily die from that. He died from other things."
Yes.
I mean,
they make excuses for everything.
Every
fucking thing was whitewashed. It's not as bad as it seemed. He just had a heart attack. Well, God damn it, you got 550 people standing on your fucking chest, beating you upside the head with fire extinguishers. You got all these crazy ass white people, and you know it was stinking.
Smelling like a whole pet farm. But anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
But that's the and then they always want to talk about guilt. Oh, why do we always have to have the white guilt? Because it's prevalent. It's what it is. The problem is you wouldn't have white guilt if you just admit the fact that you've done it, or that it is existed, or it's still existing. That's the problem. That's where the guilt comes in, because you don't want to admit it. Just admit it.
That's right, Patty.
Right, but the attack caused a heart attack. Exactly. Like, oh, he had a heart attack. How the hell did he have it? Because if that was the case, when he walked in,
all those damn people standing on your chest, breathing in your face, because we were still in a pandemic. All those mouth breathers went up there.
Right. On top of that,
you know what? I'd have been scared too. I'd have been frightened to death. I'd have turned white. All right. All them damn white mouth breathers up in there.
It's just totally.
Yeah, that's right. The stress and strain, the terror. And who has time to throw a hangman's noose up? You know.
And they were fine patriots, Americans. No, he was sitting there. He was gleeing and all that. He was gleeing and all that, because what he thought was going to happen was they were going to say, you know what? Okay, fine. You win, but you lost an election. Like, that's not how this works. And if we continue to kind of make this okay, or kind of make excuses for this, or justify this, we will soon have that. We will soon have that person that is able to say, no, this election is not what it is. I'm going to be president for the next 5 years, and you just don't deal with it.
And they'll just roll over and let them do it. They're so weak. You just don't realize how weak the government is.
That's it.
It is so weak.
It is. It is very, very weak.
Because their prejudice and racism just consumes them.
That's it.
You know, it overtakes everything.
Else. Yeah, they can't see nothing else. They're literally with blinders. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. The hatred is just so strong that it is.
And that's why we should not be divided.
Nope.
We worried about stupid shit.
Dumb.
Stop worrying about stupid shit.
Dumb. When ain't nobody worrying about what you're doing. Ain't nobody concerned about what you're doing.
It is nothing but but like everything else, it's nothing but a distraction.
That's it. It's
nothing but a distraction.
That's it. Oh, look over here. You know how destruction is happening in your neighborhoods. It's crazy. It's like showing you the glitz and the gold and getting you all mesmerized, but at the same time snatching your people up and sending them way across the seas to do hard labor. And then you wonder why that nation is still where they're at today, and people still come and rob it. You have the Chinese.
Oh yeah,
doing it right now at this very moment. But yet they can't do the same in their country.
That's right.
It's like living in the 60s over there right now. Come for Africans.
Oh yeah.
No blacks, or they have to wear masks, or they're eating out of like dog bowls, it looks like. Oh, it's crazy. Just absolute craziness. But instead of us, just coming together and making sure, you know what, we're not going to allow you to do this to them over here. We're not going to allow you to do this to them over there. None of that. Even the killing of the Haitian president. He may not have been the most greatest of politicians, but like, seriously, that's what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Knowing good and well that was nobody but the puppet master. just so they can move some things out the way so they can come in and do
what they want to do.
That's it. Now, when you start to see all these resorts and stuff pop up in Haiti and people going to vacation in Haiti, just like they vacation in the Dominican Republic, which is right next door.
Same landmass. I never understood that, though. I never understood that. You have one half, and it's almost literally a line divided.
It's like walking across the street.
I've never understood that.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
But Haiti's been under so many sanctions and everything because they rebelled.
Because the French
from the Europeans.
The French been mad that they got their ass kicked.
Well, they've been mad for a long ass time.
They have, and they still are.
And those poor people
Haiti still had to pay them. Haiti still had to pay them restitution for what?
Said fuck you. Just don't come over and visit.
Right.
I won't be mad.
Because they couldn't use their bodies.
That's right.
To trade. So you made them pay restitution, and that's okay. And nobody's ever said anything about.
Well, no, that's because they're all in cahoots.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
That's my point.
When you talk about world domination, everything is going to boil down to resources.
Yeah, but that is my point. Even with the talk of reparations here, where you have some politicians, well, what would we do with it if we got it? Why are we even having this discussion?
Thank you.
Again, give it to them. Whatever they do with it, it's done.
It's done. It's a one-time deal. It's done, and that's it.
That's it. So if you don't take it, that's just like with them and their privilege. If you don't take that opportunity and utilize it to better yourself, and you just end up, that's on you.
That's right.
Like them people in Middle America where they're red as hell, and you're like, they're all these Republicans, but they live like this. That's on them.
That's right, because they obviously did not use
their privilege.
Well.
No, they put it in their pocket, and that's
or smoke some menthols or something.
Right. Some crystal meth.
I was going to say crystal meth. I'll let you do that shit. Okay? Won't blame that on me. They snatch your shit down. That'll be on you, because they were snatching down channels.
I heard. I heard. I don't know what, but they sent me an email talking about something. One of my midday news things that they took down or something, and I was like, "How old was that? I haven't even done that in a while since I started this new position." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Well, they're part of the machine too. So.
Yeah, right. That part too. Right. That is the male's
drug of choice.
It's the miracle whip for them, okay?
And I still can't find a mayonnaise jar emoji.
It's the miracle. I know I was looking for one too. It's the miracle whip for them. And some of them and some of us too who like to partake in the mayonnaise,
Well, I mean, it has no taste and it's greasy.
With the polydent dentures, they like to,
They say dentures in, dentures out.
Yeah. They got Snap-on veneers.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Yep. I saw a little commercial thing, and it was like, hey, Snap-ons. Oh, for $500. You don't say.
I can't believe all those people flying on down to Mexico.
Anywhere in the
because they're heading over the Middle East also.
All over the place.
Get your teeth done. And I'm like, oh my God, everybody has the same Mr. Ed version.
You have Mr. Ed Hollywood White. You have Mr. Ed Mother of Pearl. You have Mr. Ed. You should have saved your money because yours looked dingy. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Have you two taken the vaccine? Yes, I have. I feel fine. I took the vaccine a while ago.
And I have not.
I have. I took it a while ago.
I probably will in the future. Give it a year.
Well, now they're about to do the airport thing.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. So that's the only reason why I don't come in contact with a lot of strange people.
Yeah, I mean like the passport.
Passport. Well, look at New York City. They're getting ready to.
Yeah, they're about to do the vaccine passport.
Mm-hmm.
You have this showing that you've been vaccinated in order to. I did Pfizer. Because Pfizer does not have COVID in it, but I had already had my belt with COVID, so but I chose Pfizer.
Yeah. Now, see, my wife she had to get it because she has some medical issues.
Right.
And it just does not make sense for both of us to take it at the same time.
No. Because if one
happens to get sick or something.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Somebody there to kind of like.
Believe me, I'm not in any rush.
Yeah, no, I mean I wouldn't have been either, but I had to for job and stuff, so I was like, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, like,
I just wish that people would really take this again, stop listening to the mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Please do your research and do what you need to do to
for yourself.
Protect yourself and your family. Because these folks out here, if they could annihilate a group of folks with this, trust me, they'll try and do it.
Yeah, definitely don't, do what's right for you.
Yeah.
You only
right.
You know what your medical condition is.
And go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, and and say for instance, you're in a job field that you come in contact with the public.
Right.
I would say yes, go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
But like I don't come in contact with anybody. Right. This is the most excitement that I have right now. Because I'm no longer in the private sector, so and
must be nice.
It's all right. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It wasn't too bad. I would think I was calmer, but shit, now I had to do the work because they, dealing and working in the real world kind of fucks you over, and you don't realize how fucked over you are until you happen to be sitting there one day and it's like, boy, they did a number on your ass. Yeah. You need to get some help.
Yeah,
you really do. You need to get some help.
Get a grip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but definitely do what's right for you.
Yeah.
Do your homework.
Please do your homework. Do your homework. Do your research, and do what's right for you and your family. But first, mainly protect yourself. So if that means just wearing the mask. Wear the mask.
Definitely. Just wear them. Wear the mask.
Wear the mask.
If they pushed as hard to wear the goddamn mask, then as they're trying to do now, saying that go ahead. They want everybody to go ahead and get the shot, because now it seems to a point the blame is shifting. If you watch and listen to everything, now all of a sudden it's like, well, everybody's in the hospital and that's because they did not take the shot.
Yeah.
But now you're starting to hear, well, it doesn't keep you from getting it. You just don't get it as severe.
Yeah, but that was always
but they're not saying it anymore.
Yeah,
they make it sound as though, well, now we're having all these having all of this the outbreaks and because of the people who are not. No, that's because these motherfuckers are still out here. You're still out here fucking partying like it's nothing. Right. You're out here fucking like it's nothing, and you're not wearing a mask.
Right.
A mask could do wonders in the bedroom.
Sometimes hide some of y'all ugly motherfuckers' faces.
Mm-hmm. I tell you one thing. I was looking for a doggy mask, man. They like $16 on eBay. Yeah, so you see, I come on here one night and I have my doggy mask on. You a zaddy back, boy.
I'm sure Antonio already has one.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he can get me a discount. Maybe he has like freaking flyer miles or something.
I'm sure he probably has a whole bunch of discounts things from the plethora of toys.
That's right, Tadari. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He says plus the toy. Yeah, the man. Yeah, it's like the man with the toy box.
Yes, the man with the toy box.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the doggy mask. That looks real cute. I always told everybody if they were short for money or whatever, go ahead and do the OnlyFans. You do the OnlyFans with your partner, whatever. But just keep a mask on your face. Nobody has to see who you are.
Yeah, but if they can tell from your tattoos or something, then you already.
I don't blame no. Once you get these things fade and they get distort. You get bigger, they distort and all the rest of this shit. Yeah, okay. Look at all that stuff. You put enough oil on it, the light is sheen right off.
Shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. You like the play pink? Okay. We can say that for the nightcap. But anyway, on that note, it's been great. Once again, thank you guys for coming out for another episode of Politics and Wellness, where we do share and enlighten one another and share our thoughts and have a little comedy too, because a day without laughter is a day wasted. That's what one of my pastors used to say, and I believe it. It's definitely true. Even through it all, we definitely should always find some humor somewhere and be able to laugh at ourselves, others, and of course, always check the mayonnaise. Check the mayonnaise. But anyway, remember to stay moisturized as always. Stay safe. Wear your damn mask. We'll get through this. We will. If they don't, we will.
Yeah. And talk to your young people.
Yeah.
Get a gauge of what's running through their minds.
Right.
Just because they see all this stuff and they may have questions. You may have questions for them.
Yeah.
To see how they handle it.
And even they're concerned about going back to school. I know that school is fastly approaching, and the word is that the president is pushing to have everyone back in school. But even now, with some kids in summer programs at schools, the cases are rising. So, it may be a time to have a talk with your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, or whatever, and find out what they want to do. They want to continue schooling at home, or they actually want to go back to school, and then what they need to do to prepare for that. That means possibly taking a shot or whatever. You may have to have that discussion, but I think, we need to stop having these. The parents are the only ones having the discussion, and the kid just does what the
parent, yes.
Do. And kind of
listen to what they're actually saying, and let them have a choice.
Yeah.
Because there's no use of them. There's no use of them being anxious and upset if they're afraid to go back to school.
Right.
I
mean, you may find out some stuff that you didn't know, like bullying and situations.
Yeah, because even like you were saying, bullying. They're more relaxed now. They're at home. They're learning from home.
Right.
And you might even see a difference in their grades. The grades have gotten better, or the grades may have gotten worse. It all depends on the actual child. But you even have adults that are now anxious going back into the office setting.
Yeah, I was in the grocery store this morning, and she was like, "Do you like it?" I thought, "I do." I mean, she's like, "You just get up and get in your pajamas." I said, "No, I don't. I actually get dressed. I don't get dressed, but I do get dressed. I still can't get past that. Like, no, because at any moment I may have to do really? We're gonna have a meeting right now? Okay, so
just keep your top on. You sit there in your drawers, or sit there with nothing at all. It is 100 and something degrees. You go up there in the sky. You're up there in the Caucasoid Mountains.
You know what? Don't do it. I feel like King Kong out here. It's crazy. Top of the skyscrapers, But no, they coming out. They're coming out because actually it's scaring them a little bit because you can tell when you go in certain places they are used to it just being them, that they see us a lot more and they're like, they're here. We can't. There's this one park I was at over the weekend, and I've never been to that park before, and they were like, oh yeah, because this is the park that they go to a lot, and they were looking like, we have to find another place.
Yeah, it's like we got to start looking. But you know what? As expensive as things are, they can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Bitch, you here with us,
right? You stuck with us.
You are here with us, definitely.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
All right, but this is real for real now. Okay, so all right. Until next time, America. Peace.
Yeah. And don't do stupid stuff. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't be popping up over people's houses. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Well, that depends. Depends on what you're popping up for. But we'll say that for the nightcap.
I don't know. It looked like a booty call to me. That was too dressed for. Looked like a booty call.
Ooh.
The link I sent you. This foolishness that's happening around here. I can't even find it now. Wait a minute. I just had it. Wait a minute.
Now we gotta go.
No, the foolishness. The foolishness. The damn thing disappeared. I don't believe it.
I'm gonna look for it. But until next time, love you guys. Be safe. Peace.